You could certainly cut down the wind a little bit. Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy watching those flags waving in Draper, Alana. Wow.
Yeah, the winds are unforgiving today, Brian, and everyone would like to cut back on that. I know it's been that way for the last 48 hours, but now increasing wind ahead of our front. Look at that video, and you can see just the dust along the Salt Lake Valley. Gosh, thank you, Andrew, for sending that our way. Live view right now from the traffic camera in Draper, and you see very gusty conditions towards Point of the Mountain, and we see the trees moving and dusty, gusty, one of those days just really signaling a big change. Our air quality taking a hit here with moderate air, elevated particulate matter in northern Utah along the Wasatch Front, the Wasatch Back, and then on the eastern side of the state as well as down in southern Utah as well. Elevated particulate matter, not a huge surprise when you see these wind speeds. Look at that number in Salt Lake, 54 mile-per-hour gusts, Delta, Cedar City. These are the highest recorded gusts today, and we continue to see that amped up southwest flow. We will get a wind direction shift, but it's coming later. Wind advisories in effect until midnight. That includes the Wasatch Front and a high wind warning for portions of Beaver and Iron County. And then as we head into tomorrow, our winds shift as the cold front moves through the state, which means the swell, south central, southeastern Utah, and the basin will then get the gusty winds we're seeing along the Wasatch Front today. So we're not totally finished. Our setup is allowing for this intense wind with a trough moving in, counterclockwise flow, and then our ridge of high pressure, that high with a clockwise flow. Those come together and we get a very strong southwesterly push ahead of this incoming cold front, which is going to be impacting us this evening through the overnight and into tomorrow. That's going to bring some cooler air with it. The front will change things up and the winds will then come from the northwest. So a northwest flow will be out there, dragging a little bit of moisture into Ivins with temperatures in the 90s. Live view from our Black Desert Sky Cam. We've got high 80s in Salt Lake. My goodness, closer to average temperatures in early June. As opposed to May, 80s on the eastern side of the state. We're matching Moab with those temperatures. 80s for the I-15 corridor, Cedar City in the 70s. 80s turning to 70s as we get through the rest of tonight. Very mild, can't rule out 90. We've got these strong winds and they are going to persist for the next several hours before they start to bring in a cooler wind. There's the front. Satellite radar shows a southwesterly flow ahead of it. Could get a little moisture behind it. I'll show you that on the future cast, but it's going to track on through with the northwest flow moving in. That's going to be a drastic temperature drop, and we're all going to feel it. So we may not all see thunderstorms, but the general storm threat is there for the Wasatch Front all the way to Iron County for tomorrow, but we will all notice the temperature dip. We also have the threat of storms holding on through the midweek, so a very unsettled pattern as we cool things off. That storm threat for northern Utah, the basin, all the way to Castle Country for the midweek. Changing the game. Front on the move. What you're going to notice, red lines ahead of it, southwest flow. See this? It's northwest flow. There's the moisture behind it. The front moves in for the overnight hours. Tomorrow, we get the wet weather, showers and storms popping. Model seems to love it in the West Desert, Tooele County and Salt Lake by the afternoon. We're going to watch those storms on the move, becoming a little more scattered in nature as we head into the midweek. Here we are overnight, possibly with northwest flow, a little bit of lake enhancement there, but more scattered in nature for our Wednesday. They'll pop up, bubble up, northwest flow with showers and storm potential holding on through Wednesday and then breathing a little easier Thursday, but we don't stay stable. We actually stay fairly unsettled as we look at wet weather potential. Drops off for the close of the work week, but begins to climb again into the weekend. It's your quick view. We always like to forewarn you so you know that active skies are going to stick around for a while. Temperatures are noticeably cooler tomorrow with the upper 50s, and we'll struggle to get to 60 from way above average to way below it with thunderstorms and wet weather potential, 70s and 80s. Moisture looks a little bit meager than expected with this, but I do think the potential is there. We will see gusty thunderstorm winds. 60s for tomorrow, 74 in St. George. Big dip in Washington County with the 70s sticking around for a few days, getting back to the 80s by Thursday. Wet weather potential Sunday with some storms, so the latter half of the weekend. There's the Wasatch Front. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, good chance Wednesday. Temperatures actually dip to the upper 50s, low 60s. And then we also have the chance over the weekend to start see some storm coverage moving back in, but this is a large trough. That cold front is a strong one. I don't need to tell you that if we're pushing 90 right now and tomorrow, I'm like, hey, let's make it to 60, fingers crossed.